Hello, everyone. I'm Latrice the Enlightener, and I'm so excited about tonight. I have LaShunna Stokes here with me tonight. And as you all know, my goal is to motivate, encourage, and to inspire somebody by way of someone else's testimony. And LaShunna is here to share her testimony, her story with you all, to let you all know who she is, what she does. And I'm just so excited about that. This is LaShunna, everybody. And she's growing. I've been watching girl on Facebook, like doing so much stuff, man. I'm so excited just being able to sit here with her, because I think she is I call her a powerhouse. That's what I called her the very first time I met her, that she was a powerhouse. LaShunna is a speaker, a development coach, and an image consultant. And tonight I'm just going to allow her to share her story. And the goal is for you all to listen to her testimony, for her to tell you all about who she is and what she does. And so if there's any part of her testimony that you need to eat, then eat it. Take it, put it on your shelf, and like, God, look, you did it for LaShunna, I know you can do it for me. So that is my goal for tonight, to share with you all her story. And so LaShunna, tell me, how did you become a personal development coach, speaker? How did this start out for you?
Well, I have to start with speaking, because speaking is my gift. Speaking is what I absolutely love. What comes second nature to me. I've always had a voice. My grandmother would take me and my cousins to church, and all my cousins would sing. Mm-hmm. And my grandmother always told us, like, you have to do something in church. But I wasn't a singer. I was the speaker. So I would read papers and poems, and it would literally command the audience. But it wasn't until I went to like this fashion event a couple of years ago, and they asked, like, what does everybody in the room do? And I told them about how I was a fashion and inspiration blogger. And they said, well, how did you get started doing that? And I told them that I birthed this blog when I went through a very emotional breakup. I had a tumor that was found in my face that just came out of nowhere. So I had to have emergency surgery. I was going through a lot of financial strain. And as I began to share my story, literally all the people around locked into my eyes. And I was like, wait, they need something that I had. The fact that these people locked into my eyes, and it was almost like, that's what I'm going through. You know, I talk to them about, you know, taking time out when you're going through something to really just look back at yourself and say, I've helped everybody else. Now it's time for me to help me. And my blog was actually my therapy. And so when I saw how that audience connected with me, that feeling let me know that, no, this is my purpose. I have more than just, you know, a commanding voice. I had people come up to me after that and be like, wow, like, I'm going through a breakup right now. You know, I don't know what to do. And I was like, that's it.
Yeah, I told my story, like, and to me, like, you saying that part, it's like, I told my story for a reason. Mm-hmm. As much as it hurt, and I feel like I shouldn't have done it, but like, it had purpose behind it. And, and you know what's the crazy thing? Like it hurt really bad. Like the breakup, the whole little, I don't know how I'm gonna make it.
Oh, it hurt.
But like, people don't really realize you can allow your breakup to be your stepping stone.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what helped you get to the next ladder. So the speaker, the development coach, tell me about that.
Development coach, I've been coaching for all my life. People have always come to me for advice. I'm very solution oriented. So when I hear a problem, I instantly have some type of strategy and solution. And I knew that with my life, I want to inspire and impact, and I love to cultivate people. Mm-hmm. So I don't like to just give people motivation and inspiration. I like to actually work with you through things and cultivate you, because I believe that there are so many people with gifts and greatness on the inside of them, but not a lot of people have people that are patient with them, to walk them through things, to give them strategies, and not only to give them strategies, but to hold them accountable for what they say they wanted. So I figured, I'm giving out all this free advice. You know, people value what they pay for. Why should I not make this a career?
Right. So the image consultant.
That I first started out fashion styling. Fashion was my life. I went to school for fashion, but I knew that I wanted to do more than just dress you well. Mm-hmm. I wanted you to feel good from the inside out. Right. So I didn't just want to style you, but I wanted to actually help you with your whole entire image. Because when you feel good, you look better.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I heard you say the development coach and the speaker. Mm-hmm. Like, these are things that are happening in your life that I feel like whatever you have been purposed to do will make provision for you.
Absolutely.
And two of the things that LaShunna just said did not require her to go to school. Those are just God-given gifts and talents where she maximized on them. Like, she recognized, like, oh, I'm good at that. Like, I need to use that. Like, the thing that comes easy to us, a lot of times we will not monetize that stuff. And so speaking came easy to her, like being a development coach. She said she automatically had responses, automatically had answers for people's situation. And a lot of times there's probably 100,000 more people that are just like you, but are afraid to step out on, okay, so this is my gift, this is my talent. I need to walk out on this thing and take a risk. Tell me about taking the risk, and like, how did you say, oh, I should try this? How did the risk go?
I have been afraid of, I've never been afraid to take risks. I've always been afraid of the responsibility that comes along with risk. Fear is a liar and fear is a killer. And if you listen to it, I knew that going to my 9-to-5 job, I was miserable. I knew that I loved doing what I did in my 9-to-5 job, but it wasn't fulfilling to me.
Right.
So I always think about it like this. I can either stay where I am and live in fear, or I could think about staying in the same place 5 or 10 years from now. To me, I'm more afraid of staying in the same place than to actually stepping out. Failure is an option. Failure is a part of life, but we have to change our perspective to understand. Most of us, if you ask somebody, what do you fear the most? They say failure. But at the end of the day, failure can be the greatest lesson that you'll ever learn. And as I've grown as a person, I've come to just embrace risk, to realize that when I take a risk, there's either breakthrough or there's a lesson on the other side.
Right, right. And like, yeah, I've been on the phone calls with LaShunna. Like, she is like, well, not super younger than me. Like, she's just like younger than me. But you gotta be willing to listen and to take advice from people that are younger than you. Look, LaShunna has so much to offer me as far as like development coach type deal. Like, just listen to her. Like, the stuff that she's saying, a lot of times we don't have people to pour into that area of our life to push us, to encourage us, or to be like, okay, so you need to do this right here. You need to do that. Like, we're not willing to take or even to share advice, but I'm so grateful that she is willing to share and to empower and to impact people. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted her to be here tonight, because I wanted you all to hear her. Like, when I first heard the girl, I was like, this joker is a powerhouse. Like, she is the bomb. Like, totally like drawed in, like how she said that she knew what her voice did to people. It did that for me. Like, it drawed me in and like motivated me. And so I want to hear your story, just a part about your story from childhood, growing up, and what pushed you into wanting to create your own opportunity.
Well, I am a product of a teenage mother. My mother had me when she was 19 years old. My grandmother had my mother at 18 years old. So even at a young age, I'm so thankful that God blessed me with a certain level of wisdom to not want to repeat a cycle. So even at about 9 or 10 years old, I was going through a lot of emotional things just because, you know, my mom was in a relationship with someone who was not my dad. You know, seeing my mother go through the struggle that we lived in the projects, we had food stamps, seeing my mom work her fingers to the bone, and we still couldn't do something as simple as have a telephone in the house. You know, seeing her go through that struggle, I always promised myself, like, I have to do better than that, because I don't want to struggle. And if I ever had kids, I don't want my kids to have to struggle. So as I've always been different than most people around me. So that let me know that I had some type of purpose. Like I said, my grandmother always took us to church, so I had a very good foundation. And it's crazy because I remember my grandmother had like this old tape player that you could press like play and record, and I would get it. And I would mimic preachers that I would see at church. And I would just be on the recorder just going in. So it was just really something that was in me. And I remember when I was 17, I went to this church with my aunt. That particular day, I wasn't really feeling good. I didn't want to go. But I went to church with my aunt. And there was a pastor and his wife there. And it's crazy because this is like a really traditional church, and they don't do like the prophecy, and they don't do the laying on of their hands. But this particular lady that preached that day was a prophet. And she spoke into me, and and I was like bawling. Like, I was like 16, 17. She was like, you don't understand it, but you have a major gift of leadership, and people connect to you because they need what you had. And that really shifted my life to think in a totally different way, even at 17 years old. Mm-hmm. So I was always like, okay, I'm different. You know, I never did the peer pressure thing because I always knew that I wanted a better life than any life that I had ever seen before. And that was really driving me. So even when I went to college, like, my faith has been a strong foundation for me. When I went to college, I was broke. Like, let me tell you.
That's everybody, girl.
Broke. Like, when I first went to school, I had 2 trash bags full of clothes. My cousin was supposed to take me to the college. She forgot me. I had to catch a ride with one of the ladies from my church. She had like 4 or 5 kids, but we packed up in her Ford Taurus. And she took me to school. I had 2 trash bags and a TV. And I remember going to school and saying, like, I had like maybe $120 that I had saved up in my pocket. And I was like, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but I know that God is going to get me through it. Like, I was tough talking, you know. Like, I had people in my family that were like, you know, oh, you won't go to school, you don't have any money. And I was like, God gonna take care of me. You know, like, crazy faith, like, not at the point of being afraid to do that. And I went to school, and let me tell you, like, only had enough money to eat and ride the bus one way, you know, not knowing, like, thank God that I had a roommate that we would connect together. We would put our $10 together and eat off of $20 a week.
This was a serious budget.
This was a serious, but let me tell you, we made that $20 stretch, and there was never a day that I went without eating. There was never a day that I wasn't clothed. I mean, I had 2 pair of jeans in rotation, but there was never a time that, you know, I didn't have a coat on my back. And that really built a certain level of sweat equity in me. It built a certain level of faith and resilience in me. So I felt like if I could go through something, if you can survive being broke, you can survive anything. Absolutely anything. So, you know, I've always also just been an anchor in my family, just being like a forerunner in my family. I had 3 sisters and 1 brother, all who were younger than me, who are my why. And every single thing that I do it for them. So when I go through things, that stuff doesn't faze me that much because everything that I do is not about me. It's about giving them a better life. It's about showing them that no matter what you go through, you can get through that stuff. Even down to the fact of God has put me in a position to where I can inspire my mom and my dad. I was on a webinar speaking a couple of weeks ago, and my mom heard it. And she literally told me, like, that changed her life. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, listen, girl, like, what you said, I needed that. And that is so important to me because that's really big. Like, she was like, girl, listen, like, that changed my life. And it's those type of things that absolutely keep me going.
That is absolutely awesome. Like, to hear you say that you can inspire your mom and that she actually listen, because a lot of times parents keep you in a place of you are the child, and so you're gonna learn from me and I'm gonna teach you. Mm-hmm. But to be in a place of in a position to inspire and to impact your mom, like that's awesome all by itself. So I'm listening to you and I'm thinking about like every young girl that had the same opportunity. And so many times we decide, like, you know, like your story of school and college and all the money that you did not have, them jokers easily turn around and come home. They easily run back. Mm-hmm. Like, your push at that age, was it just like, you know, I got to see something different. I got to try something new. Mm-hmm. Like, and church was a strong foundation for you. Like, in college, were you still in church?
Yes, absolutely. I still went to church every Sunday because I strongly believe that no matter how you grew up, even if your family have a relationship with God, you got to have your own face-to-face relationship with God. And I know that we live in a culture where people are like, is God really real? You know, we're into universalism and things like that. But let me tell you, I know without a shadow of a doubt that if I did not have a strong foundation of faith and relationship with God for myself, not just through my grandmother, not through my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, but for myself, I would not have gotten through that. I would not have gotten through that, you know, and I stayed in, and I'm thankful that I had friends around me who had the same faith that I had. So we would have Bible studies together. We would pray together. And that's why I always tell people, it's important to have people around you that can uphold you, that can agree with you. You trying to be with people who don't even have the same core values that you had, it's not going to work. Because they going to have you somewhere on the other side. Like, girl, if I was you, I would just quit school. You know, girl, if I was you. Like, I thought about, like, getting out of school before. And I remember I was like, I'm broke, you know. I'm just going to drop out and I'm going to work.
Did you ever take a break?
No, I didn't take a break. So this is what happened. So my best friend called her mom, who happens to be my pastor. And I was so mad with her because I'm like, why would you go back and tell your mom? And she told her, and I was on my way to sign the papers, and my pastor called me, and my pastor was like, what are you doing? I couldn't lie to her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, because I already know she feel this, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, I'm going to fill out the papers, like, and if you call me and say, she was like, no, you have a destiny and a purpose, and God is going to make the provisions. And what you're going to do is, instead of you going in there signing those papers, you're going to go in there, and it's going to be something worked out for your financial aid. They had denied me like 3 times. I went in there, I did what she said, and guess what? God had already made the provision.
Just like that.
Just like that. So God will, that's why you got to have
so good. Like, look though. Like, I just got something out of it. Like, you said, like, when you went, she said, I don't know if she did it or who did it or however it happened, but you were at the place of, I'm about to give up. I'm about to quit. But instead of going to quit, you went in on faith, like, okay, what else do you have besides to trust him?
Right.
You ain't had Jack else. What else you gonna do? So you went and you trusted him, and he shifted your situation.
He shifted the situation because sometimes we just tired. Like, God, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's not working, so maybe I should go left. And when things don't work out and doors don't open, that doesn't always mean we need to do something else. It just means that we need to be persistent in what it is that we're desiring him to do. And sit and wait for him to do it. But I was tired. I was like, I'm tired of being broke. I'm not doing this no more. But the thing about it too is I was coachable. Yeah. Because I could have been like, yeah, I hear you, but you don't understand what I'm going through, and I'm about to do what I do. But I was coachable, and I trusted that I knew that God put that in her spirit to call me at that time.
Right, so she could have called you earlier. She could have called you later. She could have called you after you went inside the papers. Right. So y'all that are watching, what I want to get you guys to do is go ahead and share this post, this live video with your family, with your friends, and especially to somebody that's in college. Because, like, I know that LaShunna is not the only one that has gone through being at the brink of, I'm about to quit it, I'm about to give up. I know that somebody else needs to be inspired as far as hearing her testimony about staying in school and just pushing and persevering through, like, even when it doesn't look like it's the best time, but somebody's kid needs to be inspired. Somebody's parent needs to be inspired about college money, about making the next step in their life. Somebody needs to be motivated and encouraged that's on your page. So I want to get you to go ahead and share this live video with your family and your friends while you're watching it, and tell them, like, look, man, you need to hear this. You need to hear this. A lot of times we won't hear somebody's testimony of faith, but it was faith that got this girl through, man. It was only God that took her to the next place in her life. And so I'm just excited about her being able to share this story and not be ashamed. Like, a lot of times we're ashamed of what we don't have. But right now, not having has caused you to be more than what you were. Not having caused you to push. A part of not, tell me about that. A part of not having pushing you into this great place that you're in right now, like faith being where it's at and all that stuff. Tell me about that.
You should never be ashamed of where you've been. You know what I mean? Because everything that I've been through has proved, my darkest moments in my life have proved to be the strongest and the best moments of my life. Because I can't connect with people if I've never been through anything. Right. We were on our conference call last night, and I talked about how I looked up the principle of pruning and cutting away, and we were talking about, you know, before your next level, there's opposition that comes. Opposition is not meant to kill you. Opposition is meant to grow you. And through all of those times, it didn't feel good. It was uncomfortable, and it hurt like crazy. But I've always lived by the principle that it can touch me, but it can't kill me.
Right.
And as long as it doesn't kill me, I will live to tell about it. Because the same thing that I could be complaining about is the same thing that killed somebody else.
Right.
It's the same thing that caused somebody else to go into depression or caused somebody else to literally lose their mind. But the fact that I lived through it so that I can tell somebody else about it and to tell them to come on through it.
Right.
That I don't care that it hurts. I don't care that you're crying. I don't care if you got to limp or crawl to the finish line. You have to win. Because it's not just about you. It's about the people that's connected to your life.
Right.
And the people that's connected to my life, they need my story. So when I just talked to one of the girls that I coach, and I said, listen, she was stressed out. I said, listen, I've been where you at. Girl, you gonna get through this. It's not gonna be like this always.
Right. You know? I'm just excited about, like, I got it, like, just from that. I'm telling you, man, I got excited. Like, this is the reason why it is so important that you connect to people that are doing something different than what you've always seen. Like me and LaShunna, I have not known this girl all my life. I just met her like on a grind check call with Kobe Harris, and like I met the joke, and I was like, this girl is a powerhouse, like for real. And so like, just I'm telling you, like when you get little nuggets like this all the time, little nuggets, like man, it keeps your fire burning. It keeps you in a place of, man, you know what? I can make it a little bit further down the road. Somebody else been through the same thing I've been through. I can get a little bit further down the road. Like, you need a circle of people that are going to push you. Mm-hmm. Like LaShunna didn't get to this spot all by herself. Mm-hmm. I didn't get to this spot all by myself, and you won't get there all by yourself. It's about you connecting to something bigger than you. A circle greater than the circle that you've always been in. Mm-hmm. LaShunna, tell me about how possibly, or how did it even happen for you? Like, I know, like, pushing through the cracks, sometimes you like how you said that you'll be pruned, having to cut away some of the people that you came from, that you started out with. Like, how did that go for you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to cutting people off, I understand that if I don't cut you off, then I might die. And that doesn't mean a physical death, but you might be killing my peace. You might be killing my joy. And if it's me or you gotta go. Right. Like we spend too much time hanging on to things and people that we already know can propel us to the next level. And that is why it's important for you to have a why for your life. Right. That means that when I keep you connected, and you shouldn't be connected to me, you're not only killing what I have, but you're killing everybody that's connected to me. Right. You're killing my niece and my nephew. You're killing my sisters and my brothers. You're killing the people that need me to make it through to the next level. You gotta go. I love you. God bless you, but I gotta love you from afar. Right. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Hey, how are you? I can't stay long. Right. And that's what we have to learn. People are not worth your peace. People are not worth your next level. And until you get literally, I am so serious about getting to the place that I know I need to be. So if anything or anybody is standing in that place, they gotta go. Right. I don't have time to agonize over it. I don't have time to cry about it. I don't want to hurt their feelings, so I can't leave right now. Like, I'm scared if I hurt their feelings. Like, we deal with that fear. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to hurt LaShunna feelings. Like, I told her I can't really fool with you no more. Like, what about that? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? I'm gonna be honest with you. Some things are black and white. Some things we make harder than it rich. Sometimes it's gonna be painful to cut some people off. Right. Sometimes it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. Sometimes it's gonna offend some people, but it's still not as important as your destined place. Right. So which one is more important? It comes down to priority. Right. Like, if you want to sit and snot and cry all about the people that you have to let go of, then those people are more important than your destined place. Right. And that's really like like self-evaluation. Like, somebody told me one time, they was like, so like if you think that this person is for you or whatever, like, okay, so check this out. What are they bringing to you? What type of value are they adding to your life? Are they adding or are they taking away? And like, that was like, that was so easy to make a decision, but I was like, I don't want to do it though. I don't want to do it. If somebody is not bringing value to your life, snip, like, You gotta stop breaking bread with people who don't bring anything to the table.
Right.
Because at some point they gonna be eating everything you bringing and you gonna be starving. You gotta stop that.
They gonna be looking fat and you over there looking like you like about to die.
Right.
That's absolutely crazy.
Exactly.
But y'all go ahead and share the video because I know y'all got some nuggets, taking some notes. I'm telling you, I'm eating this stuff on my own self because I want to grow. I honestly do want to grow, and I want to encourage y'all to grow and connect with some people that are growing. Let's try to tell them about what we do on Thursday and Sunday.
So what we do, we're a group of people that are all hungry for success, hungry for being better people. And it's important that you connect to the right people because sometimes your next level is literally locked into someone else. So what we do is we set goals. We hold each other accountable. We pour into each other. We're able to give each other principles to get to the next step, to be successful in business. You had people who are getting on what we call a grind chat, which is a conversation every Sunday and every Thursday. It's really group coaching.
Right.
It's group coaching to get everybody to their next level and to help everybody get what they say they wanted. We are coming in and not just talking about what we want, but we're executing on what it is that we want. We have business owners in there. We have personal development coaches in there. We have speakers in there. We have all types of connections in there. And it's so important to get connected to the right people because there are some doors that you just can't open on your own.
Right. That is so true. Like inside of the grind chat, I'm on the phone. Hey, LaShunna talking about so what you got going on? What's your small win? Like, so I need you to have this done by this day. I'm gonna check you out. What you got done? Got my stuff today. It's coming out. Y'all gonna see that when we get off the call. I'm gonna post my flyer up. And to everybody that needs to see it, like doing a class, this is something that's like new to me. And we talked about something on the call one night. Talked about how just because somebody else is already doing a thing that you want to be doing, like encourage somebody in that. Like just, if somebody is already doing something that you want to do, and you think, well, I can't do it, or mine won't be as great, and all the other kind of stuff. You said something to the extent of what did you say? You said that that I can't reach, that you won't be able, I won't be able to reach the same people that you'll reach, and you said something to that extent. So tell them about that, like who you'll reach and how that'll go.
I believe that everybody before the foundation of the world, there were people that were assigned to you. I don't care how many speakers, how many coaches there are, how many fashion designers, how many mentors there are. There's a certain remnant of people that are only connected to you. It doesn't matter who, because see, we put so many stumbling blocks in our own path to stop us from stepping out and taking that risk. There is only one you. There are several people who do what you do, but there's still only one person who does it the way that you do it. And until you come to the realization that the world needs what is inside of you, you will never get to your next level. Stop worrying about who else does it. Stop worrying about if people will accept it. The people who need to accept it will connect to your life. There are several speakers, but there's no speaker like LaShunna Stokes.
Right.
You know, there are many people who have thousands of followers, but my tribe is my tribe. And there are people who need what I have.
Right.
And as long as I keep making excuses, because that's all it is, it's an excuse. All it is fear of you doing what you know you purpose to do. You gotta start getting rid of every single excuse. Every single excuse. We make every excuse as to why we won't do what we've been dreaming about. Those things that keep us up at night. Those things that we're passionate about. We make every excuse. But you are standing in your own way. We talk so much about the people who don't accept us, the people that's hating on us, but sometimes it's you that's hating on you. Sometimes it's you that's not supporting you. You're the one who's stopping you. Until you get to the point where you're well within, you won't live out your purpose.
Right.
Stop inflicting that stuff on yourself. Stop blaming it on other people. Understanding your vision. It's not their vision, but when they see you executing on it, some people will not believe you until you win. What do you do when people don't believe in you? You still win.
Right.
What do you do when people won't invest in it? You still win and invest in yourself.
Right.
What do you do when people can't see what it is that you're portraying to them? You go out and you win, because winners win. E.T. says it all the time. Winners win and losers lose. There is no in between. You need to go out there and you need to win. When you start winning, that's when people will invest in you.
I'm excited, God dog. I'm excited. Like, this has been, I'm telling you, the connection will cause your fire to start burning. Like, I don't care who you are or what you're doing right now. If you are watching and if you are listening, I guarantee you, she has said something that has sparked your fire, that has caused you to be like, oh, it's a little flicker in it. Like, you got a little flicker going on. You might not have a whole flame yet, but it's a flicker going on the inside of you, man. Don't just get encouraged on tonight. Don't just let this be like, oh yeah, man, like, yeah, I got inspired. I should do something. I should do something. The reason why I stay connected, because you can run, you get tired, and you start walking. Then I talk to LaShunna and Kobe on the phone. We on grind chat. We on there. Oh man, what you doing? What you got going on in your life? I done slowed down. I slowed down. But staying connected to people that are running with you, that want something different, that wants to change the culture of people, man, that is what's gonna change your life. I'm telling you what I did for a very long time. I stayed stuck in a box by myself. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I'm inside of a little box. Like, I'm good. Like, I can learn. I ain't got to go pay nobody for no class. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to go talk. I'm good right here. But then connected with somebody that was like-minded. My friend, I don't call her LaShunna. Shalonda. Connected with Shalonda, man. This joker paying for classes all over the place. I ain't doing nothing with it. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Connected with her, somebody that was already, she was going. Got with her, started going, connected to a whole new level of people. Mm-hmm. That stuff means something, man. And like getting connected.
Right. And this is the thing. Stop being afraid of people that are going to hold you accountable. Get yourself from around people that keep salving your wounds, and get somebody who can snatch that Band-Aid off. You still going to live, but you got to have people that's going to put their foot on your neck to say, wait, 6 months ago you said you were going to do this. Why haven't you done it yet? Right. People who, it's irritating sometimes to have accountability. It's frustrating sometimes when somebody keep hitting you up, asking you, but if you said you wanted it, I'm going to hold you accountable to it. Get you a coach. Stop being cheap and pay somebody to help you get to your next level. You got to invest in yourself. We make every excuse as to why we can't invest in ourselves, but we won't cut back. We still want to drink Starbucks every day. Right. You still want to waste your money going out to eat all the time. You need to be able to get to your next level. Invest in yourself. Start connecting with people that are not playing with you. They still going to encourage you. They still going to uplift you, but they're going to make you level up. If you don't have anybody in your life that will check you when you are off your game, you need to reevaluate your circle. You got to have people that's going to check you and say, I love you. I really love you and I want to encourage you, but right now you off your game. You not doing what you said you wanted to do. You not upholding, at the beginning of the year we make all these goals and we do these vision boards, we do all this stuff, and then we get to the end of the year and we haven't accomplished any of it. And I guarantee you, we haven't had anybody around us that's not afraid to make you upset. I make my friends upset sometimes. You love me in 3 or 4 days, but right now I gotta let you know you need to level up, or there's more in you.
No, LaShunna, you made me upset on the call the other day. Like this joker talking about so can you have that flyer done by Sunday? Can the flyer be done? I'm like,
and it's Thursday.
I'm like, dude, but yeah, I got you. And so I'm doing that, and even with having people that are around you that will help you level up, what is the benefit of having people around you that let you stay stuck in your comfortable place? No benefit at all.
No benefit.
No benefit at all.
Zero. All it does is make you feel comfortable and make you wake up 3 to 5 years later and realize that you still in the same place. And then you looking at the next person that was executing and you mad with them, and you making every excuse saying, well, they had more resources than me. Well, no, you're in the place that you're in because you wanted to stay stuck and you didn't prioritize your growth.
Right. Now, we was on the call the other night, and LaShunna talked about executing. Like, stop planning and start executing. When I tell you that thing, like, buzzed me in the back of my head, it was like, oh, wait, I'm going to fail. What the world? Like, like, when I do that stuff, like, I plan so much. I plan and never execute. And so like now I'm being held accountable to execute, to make something happen, to do it, like to not be afraid. Like I don't have to be fearful of the stuff that's on the inside of me. I just got to go after it. And not the fact that, oh, I might fail. If it does not work that way, it's a better way to do it. That's all that is. That means it's a better way for me to do it. And so before we leave, I want LaShunna to encourage the person or whoever you might be that has purpose on the inside of you, but you won't connect to purpose. You'll keep on working your regular 9 to 5. You'll go to that job every day and be upset, pissed off at the people around you, just mad, like I don't even want to go in this job, but you've been going in that same job for the last 20 years when there is something great on the inside of you, but you are so afraid to tap into who you are, what you have been purposed to do. You're afraid. So I want to get LaShunna to encourage your heart, to tell you, like, look, LaShunna's voice is very strong. Like, this joker, like, you better go get your life together, joker. I'm telling you, get your life together. But, like, I want to encourage your heart and to share with you all, just, like go after what's on the inside of you. That's you, LaShunna. That's your cute. That's your.
What's inside of you is much bigger than the fear that's trying to stop you. And the reason why you are experiencing so much opposition is because the opposition knows and believes in you more than you do. You got to stop making excuses. You got to stop hanging around people who not making you level up. And most importantly, you got to stop putting those stumbling blocks in your own way. There's some pain and some opposition that's going to happen. We all have to experience it. But just understand that the same things that you crying about is the same things that somebody else took and they won. You need to get a reason why you do what you do. And every time that fear comes to you, you need to think about the fact that you letting down your why. Maybe it's your child. Maybe it's your family. You have to create a legacy. And what's inside of you, we need that. Right. And the longer you keep it on the inside of you, the longer you keep us stuck in one place. Stop being selfish and just thinking about yourself. You have to move. If you don't move in the place that you are, you might die in the place that you are. And that doesn't mean a physical death. That means mentally and emotionally. That thing that keeps you up at night, you need to do that. You need to strategize on how you can make your dreams manifest. Everything that you need is already on the inside of you.
Right.
Every single thing that you need is already on the inside of you. And yes, you have enough strength in you to birth that thing out. But there are going to be some labor pains. Stop being afraid of the pain and take the pain and use the pain as leverage to get you to your next level. And then you can look the pain in the face and say, you tried to kill me and you tried to stop me, but look at me now. I overcame it.
Right.
And not that I overcome it, I'm going to reach back and pull somebody else that's living in that same pain, and I'm going to cause them to have breakthrough. But you cannot do that as long as you stay stuck in the place. You have been in this place too long, and that place is expired, and it's time for you to grow, and it's time for you to move. If you don't want to change your life, if you don't want to change the people around you, then stop talking about it. Stop talking about what you're gonna do and start executing and doing it.
Right.
Winners execute. People who have purpose execute. They're not just talking about it. Get yourself around somebody who can help you get to the next level, and stop being prideful. We all have areas that we have to work on. We all haven't had it all together.
Right.
And most importantly, if you really need some help, you can slide in my DMs. I would love to help you. But what I can tell you is you got to stop letting people baby you, and you got to stop babying yourself. It's time to grow up, and it's time to go get every single thing that you want, because every single thing that you want, you deserve it. Right. But until you realize that you deserve the success that you want, and until you get hungry about it, until you're ready to eat, it's not going to change.
Yeah, I like that joke. We about to eat, though. We about to eat. Everybody around us going to eat. Everybody get connected. I'm telling you, the thing is to get connected. Like, get connected with some people that's going to help push you to the top. Like, level up. Like, I love that joke. Like, level up. It's time to do that. So, I want to get you all to stay encouraged, motivated, and inspired. I want to get you to go ahead again and share this video before you log off, before we let you go. I want to get you to go ahead and share this video with your family and with your friends. So we could we invite them to our grind chat just to see them, let them see what we do?
Yes.
Yeah. So we do grind chat. I guess I can put it inside of the link later on to let you all see what we do and how we motivate, encourage, and inspire. But it's absolutely awesome. LaShunna, I want to thank you for coming for sharing with the people. Like, this is my family, y'all. Like, this is my family. I ain't known this girl all my life, but she's my family. People that are going to the same place that you're going to and are willing to hold your hand and take you with them, man, that's family. I'm telling you, that's what that is. But thank y'all for tuning in. I want to get y'all to tune in on next Monday night. Lakiva will be here with me sharing her testimony. And if you have a story that you want to share, that a testimony that people can relate to, that you want to help somebody get to the next level in, just to share your heart of a place that you overcame, inbox me, let me know. I want to share your testimony. My goal is to motivate, encourage, and inspire people by way of other people's testimony. That is why I come live. That is why I introduce you guys to new people, different people. So let me know if you got a story that you want to share and that you are not afraid of letting the world know that you have overcame. Like, quit being fearful and talk about what you've overcame. Like, a lot of times we keep our stuff in the closet, and in that closet is where the enemy talks to us at. That's where he talks to us at. And so when you become transparent with yourself and with the word, you can heal. Like, man, you can get to a better place. So thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in on next Monday. Lakiva's going to be here with me, and she's going to share her testimony. Thank y'all so much. Tell everybody about LaShunna.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all. Love y'all. Thank you.